Thanks so much. I welcome you to Apostolic Insight. I'm your brother, so great. David Ibiyeomie of Salvation Ministries have taken a very dangerous position against Jesus Christ. You see, Paul said all that were written in time past were written for our learning. He said again that all that were written in time past were written for our example. In 2 Timothy chapter 3 verse 14, Paul called on us to continue in that which we have learned and had been assured of, knowing of whom we learn it from.
I want you to carry. Don't say I want to. Don't carry. If I hear them, don't carry my news. I don't want you. Don't carry. Don't carry news from this church. We are warning you that don't carry. Even this one, don't carry it. I don't want you again. Look, your work to do that. Maybe you met the wrong people. Me, I don't believe in slap me, I turn here. I don't believe in that kind of gospel. My gospel is before you slap, I slap you. You better ask those who have had it with me. I'm not that kind of pastor who no, I'll fight you.
As you read the Bible is first and foremost a story. It tells you about God and man, the relationship between man and God, the commandment of God. You see example of obedience to that commandment. You see example of disobedience. Apostle Paul said, as you go through these examples, carefully identify those examples that came with a report that the examples please God. Know who you learn it from. It is important you know whose example you are following. As disciples of Jesus Christ, we have no choice but that to follow the examples of Jesus Christ. Paul said, follow me as I follow Jesus Christ. It is so sad if Pastor Ibiyeomie will mock shame, turn his back on common sense, and come up with a particular position that is against the teaching of Jesus Christ. David Ibiyeomie is doing what common unbelievers who have never heard the gospel, maybe occult grandmasters, native doctors, witches and wizards, what will know them for, what they will do. That is what Ibiyeomie is involved in now. That Ibiyeomie will stand on the altar, believed to be the altar of the Most High God, and garbage out. He does not believe in that teaching of if they slap you this side, you turn the other side, they slap you again. As far as Ibiyeomie is concerned, you dare not even come close to slap Ibiyeomie. He will first slap you. That is the teaching of Ibiyeomie. And maybe that will be the example the people under him will follow. You dare not allow anybody to slap you. You will be the first to even go and slap them. And so Ibiyeomie is threatening one young man, how he will deal with him. He should not report anything coming from Ibiyeomie, whether good or bad. He should not report. If he tries it again, he will deal with him. If the mother comes to beg, say he knows the mother. If the mother comes to beg, no way. If the father comes to beg or anybody comes to beg, say people should warn them now. Dare not try it again, or else I will deal with you.
Go after the people, the same people that come and beg. So I'm warning for the last time. Next one, I will know nothing like warning. If you dare it, the young man, I know you. Your father won't beg me. I know your father too. Your mother won't beg me. I will deal with you. Because when I pick and I deal with them, people come and say, why do you go like this? You know, people are always one kind. What some said to be against me, some said to be for me. But those for me are always many. And when I go that, I'm warning now. So all of you who used to be against me here now, was when I go to that way. Don't say, hey, can a man of God cause people? Will you go and arrest people? Will you go and do this one? Now I'm telling you, you better warn him. So when I go to that way, don't come back. So don't mind this man of God who now use police, use everything to arrest people. Me, I will arrest you. I will lock you up. I don't care. No man of God will pray for you and succeed. Okay. So the earlier you don't carry my news, that's what I'm saying. Don't carry. I don't want to.
David Ibiyeomie, this is not the gospel of Jesus Christ. You dare not try this rubbish on the altar believed to be of God. You see, you men are going too far. You are there. The world see you as a gospel preacher, but your lifestyle will be against the same gospel. You can't be, your lifestyle cannot be a reproach to the said gospel you are preaching. You must embrace the teaching of Jesus Christ, the lifestyle of Jesus Christ, the example of Jesus Christ. You have no choice. If you want to live your own way, do what you want to do, not what Christ said you should do. Drop the Bible and walk away. There are so many other things you can do, so many other businesses you can do. Rather than carry the Bible, be a gospel preacher, and be a disgrace to the cross of Jesus Christ, saying things the master never said, presenting an example that is injurious to the health of the church, to the health of the Christian community, being a bad example, and giving the world opportunity to speak evil of the gospel. Ibiyeomie, it cannot be tolerated. The church does not belong to an individual. The church is a family. Christianity is a movement. There must be order. God has rules. Ibiyeomie, nobody gave you authority to do whatever you feel like, acting in the name of gospel preacher. If you are a politician, you can say anything. If you are one businessman somewhere, you can threaten anybody you want to threaten. But you cannot threaten anybody standing on the altar of Jesus Christ. Ibiyeomie, you have no such authority. It is so shameful, so disgusting. Ibiyeomie is living in Nigeria. Come to think about it, Ibiyeomie is living in Rivers State, where impunity is the order of the day. Living in Rivers State, where the vote of the people do not count. Living in Rivers State, where an individual had made himself God over the state and decides what happens. Ibiyeomie is in Nigeria, where organ harvesters are operating freely, kidnappers are operating freely, terrorists are operating freely. Ibiyeomie is in Nigeria, where the executive had captured the National Assembly, captured the judiciary. Ibiyeomie is in Nigeria, where people cannot get justice from the court. Ibiyeomie is in Nigeria, where corruption is the order of the day. And there is no sense of shame that no evildoer in Nigeria is afraid of the prayer of any church leader. No evildoer is afraid of the prayer of any church leader. Yet Ibiyeomie had no sense of shame to say we have fallen below the least level. You can threaten young Nigerians for whatever maybe they publish against you, whatever they said. Does not matter how maybe they will take a part of what you say, they take another part, they will join it together, they will misrepresent what you are saying. That is not enough for you to stand on the altar, believed to be the altar of Jesus Christ, and be threatening anybody and be telling them that which Jesus Christ presented, that teaching of Jesus Christ, you do not believe it. If you do not believe the teaching of Jesus Christ, drop the Bible and step aside. Ibiyeomie, be an example. Be the salt of the earth. Be the light. That is what we are called to do. But look at it now. You can see where we are. You can see where we are. The church cannot change anything. The church cannot impact the society positively. The youth have no example to learn from the so-called gospel generals. Ibiyeomie, what a tragedy. What a tragedy. This is not the example of Jesus Christ. Whatever they must have said against you, they said far more than that against Jesus Christ. Apostle Paul suffered more than you have suffered. But they received it and counted themselves worthy to suffer for the cross of Jesus Christ. Ibiyeomie, which gospel are you preaching? Whose gospel are you preaching? Can that be the gospel of the kingdom? Can that be the gospel of Jesus Christ? Ibiyeomie, go back to the drawing board. Some of you need to go back to foundation class. Some of you need proper discipleship. Many of you are not being discipled. This is not Christianity. Ibiyeomie, wise up. So painful. May God help those under you to be delivered from this teaching that will take them nowhere. When you make a positional statement, you are sending out a message which those under you and so many gullible Nigerians will embrace. You dare not wait for them to slap you. You will be the first to slap them. What type of society were we going to build? So sorry.